Oh. Okay. Hi, I'm Belinda, and I'm super excited to take this journey with whoever will watch or whoever will view. I love the Lord and have had an amazing journey with Him. And I would tell you that in 2020, in the hardships of 2020, that is definitely the seasons in which I've grown the most are in the hardships of my life. And there have been many, but they have been so fruitful and tearful and fruitful. It's amazing how they've been both.
And my name is Katrina, and I also have been on quite a journey in my life. Thankfully, the Lord chased me down and caught me up in His grace and mercy and love. And I love reaching out to people with online ministry. I love teaching about God's holy word. And this is such an amazing opportunity that we get to know you and be on a journey with you. So thank you for tuning in.
Yeah. So our name is Crumbs 13, which is very strange, I'm assuming, to many, but very real and very powerful. And in scripture, there's a woman who pursues Jesus for healing for her daughter, and she isn't of she's a Gentile woman, so she's not a favored woman, and she has little, but she knows that He has the power to heal, and He has the power to change her life. And so they have conversation back and forth, and right before He heals her daughter, she says to him that even the dogs eat crumbs from the master's table. And that is such a profound thing when you think that his response was, what great faith you have. Your daughter is well.
Yeah.
And that just has stuck with me ever since I read it, and He marked me with that name, Crumbs.
Yeah. And the way that the Lord speaks to us in the little things is so key in walking along this life journey with Him. It's going to look different for each and every one of us, but we can't ignore the little things that He's doing to make Himself known to us and to just establish a unique relationship with each and every one of us.
Yeah. And the fun thing about this relationship is that it only started in 2020. I actually didn't meet Katrina until March, maybe, I don't know, April, but that was, and that's another story, but it's amazing how God can align and collide in such unique ways. And I think oftentimes in this day and age, we miss it. We limit it by what we speak, and like we say things of like, that was a coincidence, or that was by chance, or we minimize that there is a God, and He is almighty, and He is the creator of heaven and earth, and each one of us is created by Him.
Yeah, and as we move into the Christmas season, which we're already in the Christmas season, I have my tree up. I don't know about you.
No.
But as we are moving into the holidays, deeper into the holidays, I should say, we felt like it would be appropriate to talk about birth for this very first video. And the amazing thing about birth is when I think about birth, I immediately think about my first time giving birth. And it was very long and painful and not at all what I planned for it to look like. But yeah, so amazing. And I had this precious gift at the end. And not everybody has that blessing of being able to hold their baby at the end of a pregnancy. And I want to acknowledge that as well. That being said, it's such a beautiful picture of the fact that God is always working in each and every one of us to birth something new, to take us to the next level with Him. And it looks different for each person because what he's doing in you might look completely different
Yes.
with what he's doing in me.
Yeah.
And even in the way that we operate in relationship with him. We were just
Yeah.
talking about that. We're so
Yeah.
different.
Very different. Yeah.
So you can't compare what he's birthing in you right now to what he's birthing in somebody else. And we need to acknowledge the fact that we're living in a year where it is a very painful time for many people. And birthing is painful.
And this has been a really hard year. This has been a year of lot of loss and a lot of pain and a lot of struggle and a lot of questioning and a lot of what ifs. And that is even why I believe he brought this about, was that we just in the crumbs and the little things of his word and the little things of his scriptures, they are enough to bring peace. They are enough to plant seeds of hope. They are enough to anchor you to something so fruitful beyond you that you won't even catch a glimpse of it until you're on the other end of it. And it's incredible every single time.
Yeah, that's so true. And I think the important thing to remember is that while you're going through things, just journaling different things that are happening in your day and your week and your month and your year, and being able to go back to those moments will show you God's faithfulness in the hard times. Like writing down the things that are good, the things that are blessings to you, because the enemy wants nothing more than to keep us trapped, to keep us completely trapped in the hopelessness and the grief and the lack. I think that is key, the lack.
The lack, yeah. And I really want to say that you don't have to be all filled with Bible knowledge or going to church or hanging out with a church group, and none of that matters. I think that really honestly you can be absolutely anyone, because God sees exactly who you are. He's not missing a single detail of who you are or where you're at or your circumstances, whether good or bad. And so in journaling, close or not to the Lord, it's a great way to release. And then it's a great way to look back and see growth and see the things that are changing in your life, or see the ways that the Lord has marked your life and you didn't even know it was him until you were looking back.
Yeah, I'm just really looking forward to even future videos to talk more about Crumbs, because there's so much coming to me right now. But just to stay on topic, which is very difficult for me to do.
So why the 13?
So yeah. The march around Jericho. 13 times. Then a shout, a trump, and the walls of Jericho fell down. Can you imagine? You want the walls of this amazing, massive building, let's say, to fall down. Like, you need to get inside for whatever reason. And the leader of your group tells you, well, we're just going to march. We're going to march around the outside, and then we're going to give a shout, and then we're going to blow a trumpet, and the walls are just going to fall down.
Yeah, I think that sounds pretty crazy. And I think that sounds like right. Like anyone in this day and age, that is not how we fight a battle. That is not how we move. And that is so out of our element of stretching and thinking.
But it's such a beautiful picture of resting in God to fight your battle, because the way they fought that battle didn't look like the world would tell you it should look like. And when you are giving birth, what do they tell you to do? Relax.
You have to breathe.
Breathe. The breathing exercises, relaxing your body so your body can push the baby out. And so what a beautiful picture. Like when God is birthing something in you, or when he has a battle that he's set before you, we need to rest in him. And part of resting in him is pushing play on a video like this.
And the other part about that whole 13 and around the Jericho walls was that they marched in quiet. They weren't to say anything. And it was on the 13th time around that they were to shout unto the Lord in victory, and they were to blow the trumpets loud, and the walls came down. And so 13, obviously, we often in this day and age think of 13 as bad or superstitious, and you don't want a 13th floor.
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Which is my husband's lucky day, I should say.
And And this reality came to me, this truth. 13 is really good depending on what side of the wall you're on. So if you're on the side of the wall where God is giving you what was yours in the beginning, and through the falling of the walls, he can bless you to take the land in which he has blessed you with. Or if you're on the side of the wall that you have taken that which doesn't belong to you, and he's giving it back to the ones in whom it belongs to, you would think 13 was bad. And so I think it's really amazing that depending on what side of the wall you're on in your perceptions will determine how you view 13.
Yeah, and part of getting on the right side of the wall is doing those little things like Belinda said in the beginning. You know, you don't have to be in church. You don't have to be in a small group.
They're helpful.
These are all amazing things
Yeah,
that God has given us instruction to be a part of because it helps us to move closer to him. Yeah. Yes, they are things that Satan can manipulate to use to cause hurt and to push people farther away from the Lord. But there are so many great ways to get closer to God. And we don't want you to think that there's just one good way because, again, how he moves in each one of us is so different because he knows that we're all created. The Bible verse.
We're all created,
unique in his image, but unique in his,
yes.
but we're unique in his image. Like, I am not just like Belinda, and she is not like me. Like,
no.
There's so many amazing things about us that bring us together as sisters in Christ, but yet we're so created unique.
Yeah.
And again, the comparison thing is such a trips people up. Yeah.
So we're super excited to start this channel and to see where it goes. And we hope that you will follow us and join us in the journey, because as much as you have no idea what the next video will bring about, we have no idea what the next video will bring about. And
he's a lamp upon our feet.
Yeah, one step at a time. And just in him birthing this new season ministry, call it what you want, friendship. We are super excited to see how he births newness in those who view.
Yeah. So with that, may God bless you and keep you and
make his face shine
upon you. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks for watching. Prayers or comments left below.
Yeah.
And we will
we'd love to pray with you.
Yeah.
So yeah, reach out
if you want. Have a blessed day.
Have a blessed day.